Hi, I'm Susie and welcome to Tales, Trails, and Tributaries. In this video, we take a ride down Highway 276 through the Cradle of Forestry in the Pisgah National Forest. We'll start this tale at the beginning. Our first stop, Sycamore Flats Picnic Area. Okay, as you can see, there's a nice little bathhouse. And there's a couple of them in here. It's such a big picnic area. And this is a little sidewalk that goes along the river. Notice since the storm that some of the rocks were probably moved in some of the flooding. Because it seems like there was at one time a big rock, and I might be in a different section, that people would jump off of, and I'm not seeing it across the way. Oh, I see it. It's up there. We'll walk by there too. But just to show you how lovely the water is, how clear. You get down here, you can just see it's just crystal clear. It's hard to see in the shade, but all the rivers here are just so pretty and clear. And here's kind of a place where people swim. This is the spot I was thinking of before. And it's got a little sandy patch here. And over there is the rock across the creek. And I've seen kids jumping off of that. Now, I don't think you could do it now because I see that there are trees and stuff and rocks. And the river may be a little low right there. Used to be a lot of picnic tables up in here. And I'm certain they were destroyed in the flooding from Helene, but it looks like they're building some pads here. Here's one right here, so perhaps they're gonna put more tables in eventually. So I see one grill over there standing, which is funny to me that it survived, but yeah, most everything in here was destroyed, and there's just these big piles of trees that's probably left over from the flooding and stuff. And of course there is a woolly agalid, I think is the name of it, that has just decimated the Carolina hemlocks in this whole area. It used to be full of them. There's some right there, but and I'm standing under a beautiful one right here. But they have really been decimated by that beetle, or I don't even know if it's a beetle. It's a woolly agalid, I think is the name of it. You used to be able to go down here. It was a little staircase, and it would get you back to the river, and there's a little creek over there, so you could cross that, and there's a beach back there, but it'd be almost impossible to do that now with all this, oh, I hate it. Here's the old stairs, but there's so much debris now in the way, from the storm. And what shocks me is how fast they have cleaned up. As a Hurricane Katrina survivor, of course I evacuated, but it took us so long to recover, and they've done a really good job. The lady at Davidson River told me that they were up and running within a week or two, I think she said. So, and then they housed people there, sort of as a staging area. But anyway, it's incredible what they've already done up in here, because it's only been, we're in April, and the storm wasn't that long ago. So they've really done a good job up in here. Our next stop is the Pisgah Ranger Station and Visitor Center. Inside there are educational displays and a gift shop. My favorite things to buy at National Park and National Forest gift shops are books about the area. And there are all sorts of places along 276 to pull over. And there's a lot of hiking trails, but most of the people that you see, like that gentleman, they're fly fishing. They're fly fishing Davidson River rather. There's also a lot of bike riders, so it's really important to drive slowly down 276. Here we have a bike rider and a fly fisherman. And this is just a little picnic area on the side, and we're going to go take a look at the river here. And we come down to the river. And it's really, it's so pretty right here. I think Joe and I have been here swimming before. It's a nice little spot. So this is the river at Shut-In. And it's lovely. And you can see how clear the river is. It's just so clear. And here we're coming up to our next stop. This is probably one that everybody takes pictures of. It is Looking Glass Falls. So I cannot believe how uncrowded it is up here. This is just never the way it usually is. I came at the right time. There's a lot of steps to get down here. A lot of mist. So here's a little thing. Right now it's not open. They don't have a lifeguard here, and the bathrooms are shut. It's not in season. I'm sure once school is out, they may have lifeguards again. Here's where the restrooms would be if they're there. They're just not open yet. Okay. And normally, if you were going to slide on Sliding Rock, and you have to be able to swim if you slide, you would go through, you'd cross at the bottom. And over here, I think is where you can watch people slide down. Yep. And what people do is they just slide down into that pool down there. The thing about it is, I'm going to tell you, I've slid down it before, and a water slide, a man-made one, is nice and smooth. This not so much. It hurts your butt going down, I'm going to be honest. And a funny story, my dad, he was in his 70s and slid down. He was at least in his 70s. Yeah, 70s. And it was so funny because all these kids were screaming, "Look at that old man sliding down the rock!" And my dad didn't know who they were talking about. Another angle of sliding rock. And even when you land, there's like a wide rock down there. If you land wrong on your butt, you might hit that rock. The water really has to be high enough for you not to kind of hurt your butt. But you know, children, they'll just go down it 100 times. They don't care. But it's awfully cold when you hit that water too. It is freezing, but it is a lovely area. It's just beautiful. So I'll end things here at Sliding Rock. I hope you'll join me next week as I continue my travels down Highway 276. Thanks for hanging out with me, and hope to see you soon on the road less traveled.